25 kilometers long, 170 corners, blistering heat, gale force winds, fog, torrential rain and thunder, all in the same weekend. Welcome to hell, the green version.
A world champion is a driver that scores at every race. And if you have a driver that is not being able to score in the first half of the season, it will be extremely hard for him to win the championship.
Tension was building up as all 4 drivers of the Cyan Racing Lynk & Co team knew that having a good start of the season was going to be decisive. So who would start the season best and set himself up for the long run to be the team's chosen one to go for the driver's title? Was it going to be the Godfather, the experienced Yvonne Miller going for a 5th world title? Or the reigning champion Jan Erlacher? Could he be the first ever to defend a WTCR title? Or maybe it's time yet again for the humble Ted Björk to bring out the Swedish Tiger and add another trophy to the mantelpiece. Then of course it's the fearless challenger Santi Urrutia. Will he manage to become the first ever Uruguayan to be crowned king? This, of course, is all in the future. The one thing we do know is that this season will be a hell of a ride, starting at the Nürburgring Nordschleife.
And we're here to win the team title, we're here to win the driver title. But to be able to do both at one point, we need to start looking at who has the potential of doing it.
I will not say I love the Nordschleife. The track is absolutely insane and super dangerous. 80% of the lap time comes from the amount of risk you take.
No champion has successfully defended his TCR title so far. So you're chasing this track all the time. Yesterday it was hot and dry, and then it was cold and wet. Don't forget, this qualifying session sets the grids for race 1 and race 2, where the top 10 are reversed. So if you're 10th, you will be the race 2 pole sitter.
So we finished P10 and 9, which means that we will start in the front row in the first race tomorrow. We knew that it's going to be a tough weekend for us, so to have 3 of the cars in the top 10, I'm really happy with.
Before to arrive here, I said if I am in the top 10, I can be pleased, and I'm just in the top 10, so pole position for race 1.
Qualifying done. Now time for the first race of the season, and not surprisingly, the Nürburgring served up yet another morning surprise, filling the track with a layer of thick fog.
The track is foggy, half dry, half wet. We will not discover the track before lap 1 of the race, so it will be complicated.
Don't worry, I will not attack. We will do our race. If we finish P1, P2, we'll be good for the team points.
The red lights are on for 3 laps of the Nordschleife. A very quick turnaround, and away we go.
That's the way you run.
There's Ted Björk monstered from behind. Oh, the tiniest of touches.
Yeah, he was helped. Well held.
Well held, yeah. Now this long uphill section is a real power sapper. Oh, Tarquini down the inside. Ooh. That Elantra mat with its long sloping rear window and boot lid, much more aerodynamically efficient. Urrutia down the inside, looking for second. Tarquini skates off wide. Erlacher got nudged out sideways.
Fucking hell, even on the straight.
Those Hondas could jump those 2 Lynk & Co's. The Lynk & Co's haven't been fast. They seem slowed in the straight.
Montero leads and he will win. Muller takes a strong second, Urrutia in 3rd.
If they cannot see the BOP now, they're fucking blind.
He is not my favorite circuit. It's a circuit for a young gun normally. I'm pleased with the result. Important score in the bag.
Lenny managed to finish P3, so that's the first podium of the season, and it's really good. A lot of points for the championship.
Problem is that I didn't got hit once, only once during those races. I get hit 5-6 times. We are in a such high level competition and series, and there is still guys that have a driving standard equal to much lower series than we should provide in a World Touring Car Championship.
I don't want to mention all the time the BOP, but we have to. I was at least 2 seconds ahead of the Honda before the straight, and I was behind end of the straight, so that's a lot.
We're here for the second race, back-to-back on the North Drive. First race was a bit difficult because we had a lot of contact because there is few guys that even through the years they still don't understand you can't put two objects at the same place at the same time. But start B9 will not be easy. We don't have a really good top speed at the moment, so doing overtakes with no good top speed is a bit difficult. So we will give our best.
Green flag waves at the back of the grid for race 2, and away we go. A very short hold on the lights. Nestor Girolami, the pole man, beaten away by Jean-Carl Vernet. Santi Arusha gets tagged from behind by Daniele Tarquini. He goes sideways. Jan Erlechet gets knocked sideways as well. Damage on the back of Arusha's car. He's dragging bits and pieces.
These two Hyundais were 2 seconds a lap quicker than anything else on track last time round, so they are. It's definitely a two-horse race at the moment.
Here comes Tashi down the inside. This is exactly what Montero did.
It's not safe. We're parking Ted. He's parked.
260 kilometers on the straight. I had a puncture, the tire separated.
Arusha 5th, Berton in 6th ahead of Ivan Muller on the last lap. Then Thiago Montero, Gilles Magnus and Jan Erlechet.
So difficult weekend, to be honest, to score only 14 or 15 points, and we could have aimed for maybe 2 podiums this weekend. So that's racing, and it's the way it is.
Absolutely shit. You can have a nice, good race, you can overtake people, but the points is what counts.
I had a good weekend, but it means nothing. It's just 1 weekend out of 8.
That's actually the first time we're here. We don't have any speed to overtake anybody.
When you are the heaviest car, the lowest in power, the highest in ride height, let's create a second category, you know. If you can see the color of the car behind you, you know that you are done. It will get past you in the next race.
The first time I test the Lynk & Co, it was at Estoril 3 years ago. Famous track, there is an history there.
I have one of my finest memories from there. It was the December just before Christmas 2018. We actually drove with this car, and I had a fantastic qualifying session and a race run. It just felt so good. Sun was setting on this track, so I have good memories from there.
And that's how it finishes off on the opening race weekend at the Nürburgring. The young challenger Santi Arusha and the master Ivan Miller sharing the 4th place in the Drivers' Championship standings. Are we already now seeing signs on how the season is going to pan out? Or will it take a totally different direction? The Lynk & Co cars are fast, the drivers are hungry, but the lack of straight-line speed is evident. Not being allowed to utilize the full potential of the engine is a major challenge. Will this continue? Only time will tell. Next Rumble, Estoril, Portugal. See you there.